My name is Hemant Oberoi and I am a chef. The thing I know best is cooking, so I try to spread joy through my food. I want not only the taste of food to capture imaginations, but also the sound, the look, the feel, and the scent. That's what motivates me to experiment with the food. Now, people's expectation from me has reached sky high. But there are times in my life where even my skills were tested to its limits. Those times when I was asked to cook for internationally traveled connoisseurs of food and styles, celebrities who are used to the best and the finest. What could one cook for them has indeed been a challenge. That's when I had to dive into my innermost creativity and outdo even my best. It's in these circumstances that I have come out with some of my most celebrated dishes. So let me share my experiences and journeys into some of my most iconic dishes. Some love stories are timeless. The more I think about some of the love stories, the more it reminds me of one of my closest friends, Rishi Kapoor and his wife, Neetu. What a wonderful couple. It's always a joy to cook something special for them. It's a delight to watch them eating and relishing what I cook for them. And the smile brings it all on their faces and tells me the romance what they have for themselves and the food. I have known Rishi now for almost close to 40 years. When, as a young man, he would come to Rendezvous, and I was a young trainee. I had joined. I remember an incident when he was dating Neetu, and the manager won't allow him because they looked too young to enter a French restaurant. And I had told the manager, I said, okay, let them sit in one corner and enjoy the meal. Since they're foodies, they love to have a good food. And we made an exception at that time. Given a chance and the time, I would love to create food for him. Rishi has been a foodie. The entire family is a foodie family. Anywhere in the world he goes to the best places to eat food. Even when they would come to Taj, and I would tell him, one day I'm going to make you eat in Indian. And he would say, no, Indian is the best in my house. They are from Peshawar, fond of good food. So food was a bigger bond between us. Hey. Yeah.
Good morning, Chef.
Good morning.
Good morning, Chef.
The freshest fish.
Lovely, Chef. We have some special guests coming in today.
Absolutely. For our dear friend Rishi and Neetu. They are coming tonight. Smith, can you please fill in the whole thing?
Certainly.
Both sides. Just give me a good finish, then I'll tell you what to do. Yeah, thanks so much. I remember my days in Golden Dragon when we had a lot of Chinese chefs. And every time they would bring some pickled chilies when they went to China or Hong Kong. And they used to make a steamed fish with Ohio chilies. When I was doing this restaurant, Acho, I remembered that chilies. I said, what if going by today's trend, when everybody loves sea bass, let me put a sea bass, pan-seared, with those chilies on top. I said, let me put some greens at the base. And I want to give the food what people would relish, eating a little bit of the crunchy pasta. We put very little of the orzo pasta. We were trying with various kind of red chilies. And our red chilies, we did not find it that strong enough. Sometimes they were very sweet, sometimes they were overspiced. So we had to get the right kind of chilies. And actually the Thai bigger chilies, Thai red chili which are slightly bigger size, they were the most suitable chilies for this. It should be cured with the salt, but a dash of vinegar, not too much of vinegar because it will hit the fish directly. And I don't think people will enjoy that kind of. I went on a visit from Bologna to Sicily. I traveled all the way. And I was there, I saw the soup, which was minestrone soup. I thought it was rice. And I said, what kind of a rice I just picked up? And then I realized, I said, this is not rice, it is pasta. Then I was very intrigued to know. I said, fantastic. And then when I came back, I said, this we can try out a lot of things with this. Why I selected orzo pasta was, one is, it looks like rice, but it is not a rice. You just have to cook for 7 minutes or so, and the pasta is done. Each grain looks like a rice grain, and you are relishing that crunchiness of the grain, the wilting of the spinach, freshly tossed, and a little bit of the garlic flavor which comes into that. That on top of you have the fish, which is so moist, beautiful, and topped with the Ohio chilies, which gives a tanginess to the whole dish. And that's what people in India would love it. It is a created dish. It is not a dish which is from the books or anybody's. It's neither Chinese nor Western nor anything. It is the HO speciality. She just loved it. She said, this is what I will eat most of the time. He also said the same thing. He says, Hemant, this is the food and which I'll come back again and again. In my college days, I had bunked a class to watch Bobby when it came. I thought that was a movie way ahead of its time. I remember the first year, New Year Eve at Zodiac Grill. He took over the entire restaurant and they were dancing till 4 o'clock in the morning. And he has known the Soufflés from that time. And he admires the Soufflés. And what now we give him, from that camembert soufflé to the Brie and the Truffle soufflé, I think we have graduated to a different level. Before we opened HO, for 4 months we were doing the trials of soufflés every day. Till the time we reached, this is the consistency, this is the level where we want to be. Brie I'm using because Brie is a little more creamier and it's more buttery than camembert. That's why I prefer to use Brie. I think in the last about 25-30 years, I've been quite fascinated with the truffles. I myself went for truffle hunting to experience that in Tuscany. Yeah, that's okay.
No more cheese.
No,
Thank you, chef.
just start the folding. Just a little less, and then leave it over. This soufflé is again tricky. It is steamed first, then we coat it with the sauce, put the cheese on top, again coat it with the sauce, bake it, and then send it. And it must be served very hot. The first bite when you take for the soufflé, it is like a light air going into your mouth. Second is the coating of the truffles, truffle paste and the truffles. Then you start realizing the Brie part of the... And the best part is the cheese sauce which we serve it with. And the cheese sauce is so velvety that we serve a piece of brioche to go with it so that people can dip it, wipe the plate clean, and relish the whole sauce after they have finished the soufflé. He says after 27, 28 years, this is a different soufflé now. It has moved on with the times or ahead of times. He said that was also good, but this is better. Snake coffee was probably innovated in Taj in 70s. And one of my closest friends, Adi Modi, who was the manager of Rendezvous, and he would love to do it himself for all the guests because he was passionate about doing it. And they made the story about it. And every time the story was about the snake, how they catch the snake, how snake is roaming around. In different seasons, the snake would roam around differently. In HO now, what we have done is we put snake in a basket. The snake was caught by a snake charmer, kept it in the basket. When you open the basket, literally that orange peel which comes out, it looks like a snake. This is the story that we caught the snakes, put it in this, and then we brought the snake to taste the coffee, and the snake was getting drunk the moment we put the cherry brandy and the liqueurs on top and burnt it, and how the flavors go into the coffee. When he saw the coffee, he said, "This is from the olden days." I said, "No, this is a new version of the..." I said, "It's a remake and remix like your movies." And he said, "The flavors are the same. Everything is the same. I can still relish the same thing." You know, I was so touched when he came late in the evening on the first night, and he brought me a coin as a lucky charm from Vaishno Devi, blessed by Vaishno Devi Ma. And I still keep it with me. My passion for food, his passion for films and food, that still is a great bonding between both of us. And I hope it will continue.